What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and you might not know this about me, but I'm a bit of a gamer in my free time. Granted, these days my free time is basically zilch, but I like video games, and I am especially passionate and picky about Star Wars video games.
Don't fail me again.
But of course, just like everything related to Star Wars ever since Disney took over, the video games have been a damn joke. The game developer EA has just insulted the hell out of Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars, as I will show you in a few minutes, but one of their mainline Star Wars titles, Star Wars Battlefront, the new version, is emblematic of everything wrong with Disney Star Wars. They took an older concept, the Star Wars Battlefront games, released on the PS2 and original Xbox, and they modernized it, making it into just another first-person shooter, and they ruined everything that I loved about it. And now we have another in a long list of failures from Lucasfilm and their affiliates, just like the tons of movies and shows that they've announced only to tell us that they're canceled. It looks like a new video game about a Mandalorian bounty hunter has been canceled only 2 weeks after it was first announced.
You dumb bastard.
Alright me hearties, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. My handle there is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's dig into this news that once again, the damn failures at Disney Star Wars have yet again announced a project only to have it canceled before it's done. This one might have broken a speed record. Check out this headline from Insider Gaming, dated less than 2 weeks ago. In this article, they announced Respawn, a subsidiary of EA, is developing a first-person Star Wars Mandalorian game. And now, here's the headline that just came out from IGN announcing that this same project is canceled less than 2 weeks after it was fleshed out for the public.
Fook me, that was fast.
Let's read a little bit of this article from IGN for some of the details as to what's going on. It says, today EA announced a major company shakeup that will result in roughly 670 individuals, or 5% of its workforce, losing their jobs. As a part of that same reorganization, Respawn's Star Wars first-person shooter in development at Respawn is being canceled. Now, this is amusing for me, but it's nothing compared to the announcement that was made by EA's CEO, Andrew Wilson. It can basically be read as a direct slap in the face to Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm. Naturally, the Disney cheerleaders at IGN do not include this quote, but good old Bounding Into Comics has us covered. This is what the Bounding Into Comics article says, breaking the news to employees on February 28th via an internal company email, itself later made publicly available on EA's official website. CEO Andrew Wilson explained that the staffing shakeup was the result of various decisions made at the executive level with the aim of keeping the company in competitive standing among its peers. Given how and where we are working, we are continuing to optimize our global real estate footprint to best support our business, said Wilson. We are also sunsetting games and moving away from development of future licensed IP that we do not believe will be successful in our changing industry.
Damn!
That has got to sting if you're Kathleen Kennedy. EA is basically saying outright that they do not believe a Mandalorian title can be successful in the current gaming industry. There was a time when game developers would have given anything to have access to the Star Wars license, but now EA is willfully abandoning Star Wars. But this is par for the course when it comes to Disney Star Wars. Projects are announced all willy-nilly, and then they fall apart once Lucasfilm and their affiliates notice that there's no fan interest anymore. Kathleen Kennedy made her name in Hollywood as a producer, someone who organizes the logistics of how a project comes together, but for some reason, all of these projects of hers in the Disney Star Wars era get canceled constantly. They canceled the Boba Fett movie, the Mos Eisley Spaceport movie, the trilogy from David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the Rogue Squadron movie from Patty Jenkins, the Kevin Feige movie, the Rangers of the New Republic Disney Plus show, and of course, the Rian Johnson trilogy that he totally swears is still getting made. A few years back, a new Knights of the Old Republic remake was teased, but right now it sounds more and more like even that is getting canceled. This is a far cry from the glory days of the 2000s when awesome Star Wars games were a common thing, and they were putting out all kinds of different titles every year. Just take a look at this list that popped up when I googled Star Wars video games from the 2000s. You got The Force Unleashed. I played the hell out of that one. You got KOTOR, the greatest Star Wars game ever made, and I'd argue it's gotta be in the conversation for one of the greatest of all time, and its sequel was pretty good too. You got Lego Star Wars. Not my cup of tea, I don't play Lego games, but this is the title that started the whole Lego fad. You got the original Star Wars Battlefront. I played that endlessly with my brother. I mean, hours and hours of my life spent on that thing. But yeah, it's quite a list. And what do we have now? In the 2010s, after Disney took over, the list becomes much smaller than the previous decade. The only notable titles from Disney Star Wars are the new Battlefront games, which I played the first one for like 10 minutes and said to hell with it. And that was before the movies pissed me off, mind you. I didn't like it because the game absolutely sucked. And you had Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I haven't played, but I hear it's okay. And so far, in the 2020s, we got the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, Jedi Survivor, and a bunch of empty promises. Disney Star Wars is an absolute train wreck embarrassment. The current state of their video games is a perfect symbol of what they're doing with the franchise as a whole. Nothing works for them because they don't know what they're doing. But I'll leave it there. What do you guys think? Are there any upcoming Star Wars games you're even excited about anymore? And what are the chances they'll even get made at this point? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below and we'll talk about it there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.